Here we have a factorial equation and we have to solve for x in this factorial equation. Okay, let me rewrite the given equation, that is x over 11 factorial equals to 1 over 9 factorial positive 1 over 10 factorial positive 1 over 11 factorial. Okay, to solve for x in this equation, I have to get rid of the denominator 11 factorial over here. So for that, I have to multiply both sides of the equation by 11 factorial. Okay, now let me multiply the stuff on the left side by 11 factorial. So on the right side, this complete stuff has to be multiplied by 11 factorial. That is 11 factorial times 1 over 9 factorial positive 1 over 10 factorial positive 1 over 11 factorial. Okay, here this 11 factorial will cancel out. I'm just getting x on the left side. Now I have to distribute this 11 factorial to each term inside the parenthesis over here. So when I distribute this 11 factorial, this 1 over 9 factorial, I have to multiply these two terms. So when I multiply this 11 factorial and this fraction, always we multiply this stuff by the numerator over here. So 11 factorial times 1 is just 11 factorial over, and the denominator we have here is 9 factorial. So the same thing. So when I multiply this 11 factorial by 1 over 10 factorial, I am getting 11 factorial divided by 10 factorial. So 11 factorial times 1 over 11 factorial will become 11 factorial over 11 factorial. So this 11 factorial will cancel out, and the value of this fraction becomes just 1. Okay, and also already we know that the operation of factorial. For example, let's consider 7 factorial. So how can I evaluate the value of 7 factorial? So I have to write the numbers, I mean the whole numbers from 7 to 1 in descending order. That is 7 times, 6 times, 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1. So this is how I have to evaluate a number with factorial sign. Okay, so if I have 7 factorial means I have to write the whole numbers from 7 to 1 in descending order, and I have to multiply them all. So I have to go up to 1. In case when I expand the factorial over here, if I want to stop at anywhere in the middle, like for example, I just want to stop at 5. So what should I do? I have to put factor over here, because factorial means we have to write the numbers from 7 to 1. So if you want to stop at anywhere, when you expand the factorial, you can stop at anywhere, but the number at where you stop in the middle, so you have to take factorial, so that people can understand. So this continues. 5 factorial means it continues up to 1. So whenever we expand factorial, we can stop at anywhere in the middle, but the number at where we stop, so we have to put we have to take factorial over there. Okay, the same thing I'm going to do over here in our problem. So that is x equals to, so here in denominator I have 9 factorial. In numerator also, if I have 9 factorial, I can cancel out. So I'm going to expand this 11 factorial. So if I expand this 11 factorial, I have to write the whole numbers from 11 to 1 in descending order and multiply them all. So okay, now let me write 11. The next whole number is 10. The next number is 9. Okay, I don't want to continue up to 1. I just want to stop at the middle, particularly the number 9. So if I stop at the middle, I have to take factorial at the number where I stop. So I stop at 9. So I take factorial for this 9 over 9 factorial. So there is so you have a question. Why do I stop 11 factorial, particularly at 9? Because we have 9 factorial in denominator. I can cancel out. That's the reason. Okay, the same thing we can do for this one. I'm going to expand this 11 factorial up to 10. So 11 times 10. So actually 11 factorial means I have to continue the numbers from 11 to 1, but I stop at 10. So I have to take factor over here. So because I have 10 factorial in denominator, positive. So already we have simplified its value is just 1. So here 9 factorial will cancel out. Here 10 factorial will cancel out. So then I'm getting x equals to 11 times 10 positive 11 because here 10 factorial cancelled positive 1. So then I'm getting x equals to this 11 times 10 becomes 1 and 10 positive 11 positive 1. So when I add them all, 1 and 10 positive 11 will become 1 and 21. 1 and 21 positive 1 will become 1 and 22. I have solved for x. So the value of x is 1 and 22.